Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. Before we begin the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that way you can get notified on every new video that comes on board. Hit the like button if you like this video. This video is going to be on gift giving, part 2. So I did one of my earlier videos was like early as in like within the last 4 months. It was on gift giving. And so I went into a little bit of definition, and I actually went over a story about gift giving. I'm going to touch bases on what I consider gift giving. And so, again, hit the thumbs up. If you have any topics that I'm going to go over, put them in the comment section. Don't forget to connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores. I have this picture. I think my picture has a little bit of hair. I'm not really, I haven't seen my picture in a long time, but it's okay. And you can also connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. So gift giving. Gift giving is very interesting because the definition of a gift is what you make of it. You could be giving somebody $1 because they need it, because they want to buy something and they're missing $1. Or it could be you give your time to help with something, so that way, an event or a conversation or a class or whatever goes well. So gift giving can be what you make of it. And the thing is, it's it's one of those things that, it's great when you do it, and it's best to do it in the present, right? In the here and now. And it's wonderful because, it makes you feel good. And you want to feel good. Remember, mind-body balance is one of the things that I've talked about before, is feeling good about doing things that you want to do. Does it matter what you give? No. Again, it could be $1. It could be 5 cents. It could be 20 cents. You could buy somebody like a sandwich. One of my good friends, best friends, we go out and we have breakfast or lunch from time to time, and we catch up with each other, and from time to time, he buys me lunch, and it's like, man, I mean, for me, the gift is just getting together with him so we can catch up on how we've been. And so it's wonderful because it's whatever you want to make of it, right? So I'm going to give you an example. Right behind me, let me move a little bit. It's actually a table, a Thomas table that our son had growing up. I mean, he had the table, he had the tracks, he had the trains. I mean, he didn't have all the trains, but he had a lot of the trains. He had Thomas and Percy and Cranky and all of them and all of them and all of them. And you know what? Now we're gonna give it to our nephew, because he's at that age and he enjoys Thomas, and so it feels good, because you know what? It's not that we're trying to hoard or we're trying to keep something. I mean, honestly, the memories are here, right? In the mind. Remember psychology, right? It's here in the mind, and because the mind just connects with that memory and brings it up, then your body feels good. It's like, oh, this is a good memory. We're gonna with good endorphins, and so and you're gonna feel good. I mean, just thinking about it, I'm getting chills, because it's a good deed. It's a win-win. Our son doesn't use it anymore, of course, because he's 19. And the thing is that it feels good because I mean, we invested, and I say invested, in all of these Thomas things, but we're more than happy to give them to our nephew because he likes Thomas. And so, again, you define gift giving by what you want to do. When you offer, money at a monastery or at a church, or a communion basket, when you tithe. I mean, all all religions, um, they're about 99.99% of all religions are nonprofits, and they enjoy and they appreciate, right, money. Some of them are regularly, like tithing, where you give a percentage I'm assuming each paycheck or each month, or when you're offering to a monastery so that way they can keep the lights going, and you do that every month or however it is, or when you're offering, so that way they can renovate the hall in the church and everything. And so again, it's gift. But the thing is, see, when we give this Thomas table, it's a finite, a small group of people gift giving. When you do tithing or donations or anything like that, then you actually are part of the compounding process, because it's not just you, it's somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. If 1,000 people were to give $1, right, to whatever nonprofit or whatever entity, then that, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of compounding. Because instead of just $1, 1,000 people give $1. That's $1,000. That's a big difference, and that's how it's important to realize that gift giving sometimes involves money. Sometimes it doesn't. Remember, I've talked to you about this. Smiling, waving, right? Asking somebody how they're doing, connecting with somebody, right? And that one doesn't have to be, it doesn't involve money. It's a free will. This is what you're doing. Remember, I told you the story, right? That if I'm going to give somebody a gift, if I have it in my hands, then the gift is technically mine. But then there's a threshold where I put the gift, and they can either accept it or not accept the gift. But in the middle, it belongs to nobody. Or technically, it still belongs to me, but and it's one of those things that no matter what you give, no matter if you give your time, if you give if you give work, if you give money, it could be anything. Gift giving is wonderful. Some people give away their fruits, right? I know that some people like to have their fruits for decoration, but at some point they're gonna go bad, so they put them in a basket and they put a free sign. So from time to time we've given away free stuff. So because we're outgrowing the place that we live in, and so we give it away because we want to create more space, right? And it's free. And so again, it's a lot of different ways to show people the art of gift giving. Gift giving is, to me, is very important. I'm a gift giver, and so with me as a gift giver and as a provider, combined, it just makes me feel good inside. It just makes me do that. We just came back from an event, and I was working, trying to make sure that the equipment that was being used for the event worked. Because if that equipment wasn't working, then the event would not be as good as it would be. But it did, and it was good. And that's the nice thing about it, because, just giving some of my time, it just makes it that much better. So gift giving is very important. Um, whenever you're gift giving, again, right? You're always having that memory, and that memory always invokes or calls for you to feel good. You get a smile. You get the goosebumps, right? I get the goosebumps. And so it's 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 amazing that people are willing to give a lot of different things to you or to other people. My dad, who passed away, remember, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. The biggest gift that he gave me was for me to learn to be a provider, uh, a responsible person, uh, a a ethical person, and to always help people out. That's the reason why I'm doing these videos, because I want to help you out. And believe me, you don't think the importance. Yeah, I think that, and most of you may do, but the importance of gift giving to your mental health and your physical health is huge, because it elicits your body to fill you with those endorphins that make you not just feel good, but it makes you feel happy. It everything works the way that it should. uh your memories will come back whenever you're reminiscing. I mean, remember, I told you that you should be in the present moment when you make decisions, because you're in the neutral zone. But once in a while, you can go back and you can think about the time that you were able to help people. You were able to smile at people. I mean, I said yesterday that when I'm working at the school that I'm working as a special ed teacher, I always connect with everybody. I'm always respectful. I go pick them up at the office and take them to the room where the meeting is, and after the meeting is done, then I walk them out. It's it's so small, but it's huge, because as I'm bringing them into the room, I'm introducing myself. I'm making sure that they know, and if they know me, we're chatting, we're connecting, right? So that way we can go into that meeting not as individuals, but as a team, as a support system for their child or children. And once we leave, once the meeting's done, then I walk them out and I reassure them, right? With the things that we've been doing, the things that we're doing right now, some of the things that if they have anything, they can contact me. It's amazing. I mean, you can see it in my face. I'm happy when I think about that, and I'm feeling the goosebumps, because my body is saying, "Hey, we're in a happy state." You want that, because it's not that you're being selfish, it's because you did an act of service. You did some gift giving to somebody else that needed it, that deserved it, that wanted it. It doesn't really matter. You still gave a gift to them. One of the last things that my dad told me before he left for El Salvador, he said, "Son," he was sitting on his bed in his room. He's like, "Look at these. Open that closet." I opened the closet and I saw his pants, his jackets, his sweaters, and he's like, "Son, I want you to give those to the kids, to your kids, to anybody that wants them. I'm not gonna use them anymore, because I know that I'm not gonna come back to the United States." And he didn't. And so it makes me feel good on behalf of my dad to offer those things when time comes to the people that deserve it, to the people that he wanted to share with it. I'll tell you a story about a gift that my mom got in El Salvador. She was telling me 2 days ago, uh, my she's been keeping my dad's phone charged because people have been calling. So one of the people that called my dad's number was his old coworker who was one of his good friends. And he learned that my dad passed away because I called the union to let them know that he passed away, so that way, they can do what they need to do. And then they told others and others and others, and so that person, that friend, he spoke to my mom, and he said, your husband taught me everything that I needed to know about working in the department that we worked, and he was a good friend, and he would always be willing to give no matter what. He gave and gave and gave, and his friend started crying. I mean, it's uncontrollably crying. That's what my mom was saying, that she didn't know how to react. And I said, Mom, it's because Dad he was a giver. He was a giver. He gave a lot. And so again, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, because a lot of the times we don't realize what we're doing and the impact that we're having on other people until it's too late. So be a gift giver. Anything. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be an object. It just smile, right? Like me, I'm doing these videos where I'm giving you topics that are real life, and these topics are really not simple, but they make a big impact on your mind-body balance. So again, be a gift giver. I dare you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can be notified of any new videos that come along. Hit the like button. Gift giving. Be a gift giver. The importance of gift giving. If you have any topics, and I'm telling you, a few of you have taken up my suggestion, but I want you to give me topics so that way I'll be able to do answer or give you my take on the questions that you have. Put them in the comment section. Connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores Jr. Connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. Until next time, I hope you like these gifts that I'm giving you. They don't cost anything to me, but I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that are subscribing. We're up to 77 subscribers. Keep them coming. And keep the topics coming, because I want to be able to help you get to a place where you can be successful, or even more successful than what you are, or just balance life. Till next time, Back on Basics.